Hey, you guys. I had to come back on with a quick word. So this is just going to be a short conference. Honor, glory, and praise be to Jesus Christ. I really, I don't know. I guess I just felt the need to come on to say something further regarding, well, not say something further, but just speak about the subject matter of bullying. And I really feel that people just don't understand that um, the type of area that I came up in. I don't know what it's like now because I'm not affiliated, but I know that um, back in the day, the area was very toxic, and I think people just don't understand just how disgusting um, my enemies were. And I'm sure that there were other people that had enemies that were disgusting as well. You had to, it was the type of area that you actually had to grow up in order to understand the mindset that somebody like me would have, meaning somebody that's very confident, somebody that's very positive, a positive thinker. And the reason why I say that is because when you know for a fact, without the shadow of a doubt, that a lot of the individuals around you are nothing but busted, ugly, run down trash, and you know this, you can't look down on yourself. You cannot look down. It is impossible, I feel, to look down on yourself when you came up around the type of trash that I attended high school with, and that, at the time I was in the area that I came up in, because the people that call themselves trying to bully or call themselves bullying me and disrespecting me, they were but ugly. None of them were fine. They were not good looking people. And I think that people that are out there in the world, they just don't understand. It's the type of area you had to be in it to know it. I don't know how else to explain it. These people were horrific looking. They were ugly. They had ugly shapes. They thought they were the stuff, and they were nothing. If a style came out in New York, they didn't get it down here until a year later. And then they thought they were something. And the things I think I recall people saying, oh, well, that's been out in New York. But you got these rags running around here thinking they're the stuff. And then the thing about it is, when they thought that it was going to carry over from high school to the adult world, I'm like, honey. Not honey, but trash. It's not going to go down like that. Because I've even had work, been in the workplaces around sluts that went to the same school that I did, and they thought they were going to disrespect me in the workplace because they were probably some of the same ones that disrespected me in high school. And I'm thinking, whore, that's not going to go down. You and that busted, ugly Franklinton hairstyle you got. No, it's not going to go down. But I'm not going to risk harming people that are around me just to put you in your place physically, but I know I will do it. See, like I said, there's this perception of me that people had, and I don't know. I mean, they know how I get down, but they'll still try me, and that's how this area is. You literally, and I'm not about violence, but you will literally have to bust them in their mouth in order for them to back off. And then I really can't even say that. Because you know what? You can bust them in their mouth, knock them upside the head, but they're the type of fools that will continue to run their mouth. Now, go figure that one. Go figure that one. Because there have been people in the area that have probably been literally beat up, and they will still run their mouth. Because, see, like I said, it's a backwoods area that those bunkins came up in. They don't think nobody will put them in the ground. That was their problem. And I'm sure there have been other people that have said that. They don't think nobody will put them in the ground. And they were afraid of the people that come from New York because, we know that New Yorkers are about their business. New Yorkers don't play all that, you running your mouth and talking about what you're going to do and trying to go for bad and traveling in pats and clicks. No, New Yorkers handle their business. And so whenever people from New York would come down here, these bunkins, they would be afraid. And if I know of one girl, I think she was from the city, they tried her. But see, she was very petite and she was by herself. And see, that's how this trash in the area that I came up in, that's how they were. They will always try to tease the people that they felt then nobody had their back, or by themselves. Even if they knew the person would fight, they just felt like that they had some sort of authority. But I think it was because a lot of them were related to each other, so that they felt like, oh well, somebody's got my back if somebody does bother me. But I guess the real world has taught them, look, there are people out here that don't care who got your back. They'll lay you down and the person that you think got your back, or the people you think got your back. So these bunkins, they had it all wrong. They had it all wrong. And they were so ugly. And that's the thing about it. They were physically unattractive people. And like I said, in order for, people on the outside that didn't come up in the area, in order for you to understand where I'm coming from, you would actually have to have been in the area. And then you would go, okay, I get it. I get it. Look at them. I mean, really. And there were dudes that I couldn't stand, and that disrespected me. And I tell you what, they died at an early age. Why? Mouth. Why? First and foremost, touch not mine anointed and do my prophet no harm. First and foremost, because they disrespected me, but it was also because of their mouth. Because in the area that I came up in, the people, they had a lot of mouth. And they were always cussing and trying to be in people's business and picking at people and making fun of people that were more attractive. Not can say more attractive, that were attractive, because there is no being more attracted to people that are not attractive. And these people were not good looking people. And they didn't look good. A lot of them, I'm sure, didn't smell good, and they didn't dress good. And it wasn't everybody, because for the few that I considered that I felt that they were nice looking and that they dressed good, those were the ones that stayed to themselves. They stayed to themselves. The ones that dressed nice, or they looked nice and carried themselves in a nice manner, or they were really quiet, they stayed to themselves. But as for that greasy trash that used to be out be out there on the weekends at the local clubs and the local hole in the walls, and all in the high school starting messes and walking around like they thought they were the stuff with their ugly but ugly selves, and then got the audacity to call other people ugly. How you gonna call somebody something that you are? That's projection. But anyway, I just want to come on. If there's anybody out there, if you're being bullied, and if it's affecting your self-esteem, don't let it. Don't let it. You have to see. You have to do the reverse psychology on those types. Those types most likely are going through things, bad things in their homes. And when they come out of their homes, that is their only outlet. So they are projecting onto you. They resent you. They hate the fact that you're so confident. They hate the fact that you all are so positive. Or at least that's how they perceive you all to be. And see, as for me, I don't know. I've just always naturally been a very confident person. I've always naturally had the ability to ignore haters and all. I just don't have time for it. I don't, and I think that kind of fueled the picking. It fueled the disrespect. It fueled the mocking. Because one thing that a mocker hates is to be ignored. And I was the queen of ignore you, and I was the queen of cut off. And those are two attributes that, well, the type of trash that came up in the area that I came up in, they just didn't like it. But then when it carries over to your adult life, then you know, okay, there's something supernatural going on with this garbage. And I'm not having it. So I pretty much had to come out of a bag and take it to the streets and let all of them know, look, don't none of you know me like you think you know me, because I will take it to the streets on you. You understand? And I think that's the bottom line of this encouraging word that I'm sending out there. Whoever you are out there, listen. Don't internalize the filth that they are trying to project onto you. You understand what I'm saying? Do not internalize it. Know who you are. Be confident. Allow God to give you confidence. I'm sure He's already given it to you. You just have to accept it. It's a gift. Because I'm naturally a confident person. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make me any better than anybody, but it does place me in a position to minister and help other people realize who they are, their inner self. You don't absorb the filth that people try to project onto you. Let them keep it. Throw it back on them. Okay? In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Because that's where your power comes from. Okay? So God bless you all until next time. Bye-bye.